Hey guys, good morning everybody. Today is Monday, December 30th. It is 6:19 right now. We got market opening up in about 11 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up this room real quick and we'll get started shortly with our analysis for today. It's got a few things here to update and we should be good to go. Looks good. Let me get this link sent out to you guys here in the premium. Zoom link is sent out. And there we go. All right, got everything set up here. So as people join in, I'm going to go ahead and start marking up liquidity over here. Down to the 8-hour time frame. Down to the 4-hour. Two-hour. Going down to the 1-hour. And down to the 1 minute here. All right, liquidity's marked up. So good morning, everybody. Today is Monday, December 30th. It is 6:22 right now. We got market opening up in about 8 minutes. I've marked up liquidity over here. Closest level of liquidity above is at 43,018. Closest level of liquidity below is at 42,845. Let me fix this real quick. All right, so I put a list over here of the strategies that I will be focusing on for today. Main strategies I'll be looking at are V1 variations, V2 variations, V3 variations, momentum reversal, and momentum reversal V2. These two right here are older strategies. Some of you might remember them, some of you might not. I'll try to explain them, as they come up. What I've noticed over the past 2 months is that market's very choppy. So instead of looking for direction, like super directional strategies, I'm going to be focused more so on reversal patterns. I'm still going to be trading in the direction of momentum and direction of trend, but for the most part, I'm going to be focusing on reversal patterns in continuation of the trend. So obviously, you guys know what a V1 variation is. V1 variation is a double body double wick rejection. A V2 variation is a two-bar reversal. Basically, what I'm looking for here is I'm looking for price to establish a high, and I'm looking for a bigger candle to follow it. So something like this right here. The V2 and V1 are going to be very similar. So let me just show you a quick example before we get to that point. So this is an example of a V2 variation. It lines up with the V1 variation, but it's just slightly different. So for the V1 variation, you're looking for a double body rejection or a double wick rejection. For a V2 variation, you're looking for a high with a green candle and you're looking for a bigger following candle right after. That's a V2 variation. The V3 variation is going to be a 3-bar reversal. This one doesn't come up very often, but when it does come up, it usually hits pretty nicely. This candle right here also lines up as so this is a really good example here because it lines up as a V1 variation, V2 variation, and a V3 variation. A V3 variation, well, this isn't going to be a clean one, but it's going to be somewhat similar. I'll see if I can find a better example here, but I think that's probably the closest one that I'll get. Basically, a V3 variation is going to be where price climbs up like this right here. You have 2 green candles, and then you have a big red candle that pretty much engulfs both of the 2 candles there. So it goes up, goes up, goes up, and then this one comes down very strongly, and it pretty much shows that price is going to push back down. So this candle right here shows an example of a V1 variation, double body rejection right there. V2 variation, you have a high here with a green candle followed by a strong red candle, and then also a V3 variation where you have 2 green candles. It establishes a high right here, and then you have a strong red candle that pretty much eats up the previous 2 candles. So those are the 3 main variation strategies that I'll be looking at. These over here, the momentum reversal, you probably haven't seen these in a while if you haven't been around for long enough. These are a very old strategy that I used to apply back, I guess, like around COVID time. I didn't really apply them as much because we had more interesting strategies that came up, but these are perfect for these types of markets. So for the momentum reversal, I'll be explaining how it works, when it does come up, but I'll just show you a couple of examples here. So you can see over here that price pushes up. We have a bullish momentum signal, but the trend here is bearish, right? Price is below the pivots, trend meter is red, pivots are angling down. Right here, we have a buy signal that goes up. Now we're looking for price to correct back down. For this momentum reversal strategy, we're basically looking for an inside candle. If you guys are not familiar with an inside candle, it just means a candle that's within the previous candle. So you can see over here, we have a buy signal. This candle right here is an inside candle, right? Because this candle entirely is within this one. So what I'll do with this here is if this candle did come up, I would put a sell limit right here. And then as soon as the sell limit gets filled, it would get filled right here. And I'd go for about 30 point stop loss, 60 point TP. And I'll use a trailing stop that will follow every 10 points. So right here, I would have entered my position with a pending stop right there, pending sell limit. And then basically whenever this trade would move in our direction, it would fill. If it doesn't fill on the first candle, I would cancel it. So this is an example of a momentum reversal. Same with this over here. You can see there's a buy signal. There's an inside candle right here. I would put my sell limit right here at the bottom of this wick, and then I would just ride this down. I'll explain this stuff more in detail during the mentoring session later today, guys. We'll be hosting the mentoring session today on schedule for 2 p.m. I'll be covering risk management, a couple of different topics here. So we'll be covering risk management. So risk management, contract sizing, main issues, trade psychology with traders, and how to trade like a business. So we'll be covering that stuff later today during the group mentoring session. It's going to be day 5, I believe, of the mastery class. So if you guys want to attend that, it'll be later today. I'll review these strategies that we're covering today as well during that mentoring session so that you guys can get a refresher of like what we're applying. So we got market opening up in about 3 minutes, guys. As you guys can see, we have liquidity sitting above over here at 43.18 and liquidity sitting below here at 42.845. Again, top number is 43.18 and the lower number over here is at 42.845. I'll turn the liquidity right here so you guys can see. All liquidity sitting on both ends right now. Direction for the breakout today is going to be a sell, it looks like. Guys, I'm not going to be taking the breakout on my personal account or the hedge accounts. I'm just going to be taking it to document the trade. I'll be doing the same thing I've been doing. So I'll be doing a 100-point TP, 50-point stop loss, and then I will also be using a 50-point trailing stop here as well. Because like I said, the market here hasn't really been moving very smoothly. So I will be looking for that there. If this buy signal here closes, our breakout is going to shift to a buy. Ideally, I would like a buy here. So let's see if this here closes with that buy signal. See if this here closes. If it closes right there, we'll be looking for a buy here for the breakout. All right, no buy signal there. So we'll be looking for a sell here actually. So again, guys, I'm not going to be taking the breakout on my personal account or my hedge accounts. I'm just going to be taking the breakout to document the trade so that I can review it later if I need to. So if you guys want to take it, feel free. Again, I'm not taking this position on my personal account or my hedge accounts. I'm just going to be taking it here for documentation purposes. we had a so let me check the stats real quick. Yeah, so looking over here. All right, looks good. Got market opening up in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Market is open. So there we go right there. The breakout is for a sell today. It's running in profit right there. Profit about 22 points. See if I can mark up where that 50-point mark is, because you'll hear my trailing stop follow it. So you got price pushing through right here. Coming down. It's almost at that 50-point mark. A slow push down right now. It's at that 50-point mark. There we go. I got out at 50 points, guys. So stop loss got moved in profit. Price kind of like moved back and forth right there. So the position got out for 50 points in profit. Position is still running right now. So we'll continue to follow it. But yeah, there goes the breakout right there on my end. Got out at 50 points. Like I said, I have the trailing stop set at the 50. You guys heard my thing. It had the cha-ching noise where stop loss got moved in profit. And then it said stop filled because my stop loss got moved in profit right here to the 50-point mark. Locked in 1,445 on that trade there. So I will here I will put this up over here. I'll just copy this one. Full TP looks like it's probably gonna get hit. It's almost on its way to that 100-point mark. I just don't feel comfortable holding it to the full move right now because of the low volatility. But you guys can see right there, the 50-point mark did get hit. I got out at 50 points, so I will I'll just put this over here real quick. I'll edit this later if it's necessary. I'm not going to edit it right now, of course. Screenshot this real quick. It's still running. I'll be looking for some scalps pretty soon though, so I'm just looking for the retracement. So I need a retracement to the upside. Once I get that retracement, then I'll be looking for some scalps. We got it coming down a full TP right here. The volatility still isn't super high yet. So, obviously I'm gonna be a little careful with my entries. We're almost there right now. Price is pushing down almost to its full TP. Typically, the breakout will hit right away within the first couple candles. This is like the fourth candle, so it did hit right there for full TP for a sell, guys. If you guys take the breakout right there, full TP, I will be updating the screenshot over here. And there goes my profit for that entry right there. So full TP for the breakout, 100 points. Got out at the 50-point mark, so you can see my profit over here, 1,445. Supposed to be 3,000, but since I got out at 50 points, got out at 1,445. So there goes a breakout right there. What's good is that the breakout's starting to hit again, right? We talked about this over the past couple of months. Volatility has been kind of slow. There hasn't been much direction in the market. So it's been a little harder for these positions to hit. Now the market's picking up as we're getting closer to the new year, and the breakout should be back to normal. So breakout right there, full TP. I believe there was a breakout V2 that's also running right next to it. So still pushing down right now. Let's see, we had two red candles right here. I mean, it's a little overextended, so I don't know if I would take the breakout V2 down there. It's a little far off. But the momentum breakout did hit full TP right there. What I'll be looking for here is now I'm looking for some entries, guys. Liquidity right here that did get hit. So that first level of liquidity right there got hit if you took that for a sell. Got hit right here on the opening candle. The 630 candle price pushed down further. This right here was an entry for liquidity. So I'm now looking for my main scalps for the day. So like I mentioned over here, guys, these are the main strategies that I'll be looking for: V1 variation, V2 variation, V3 variation, momentum reversal, and momentum reversal V2. V1 variations, I'm going to look for rejections off structure, like off the liquidity zones right here. But for momentum reversal, I'll be looking for these within, any type of movement that happens inside the candle. So you're probably going to see this one come up more often today. Momentum reversal. And the momentum reversal of V2 is very similar, except you're looking for a pattern. And if I see the pattern, I'll show you. It doesn't happen very often. You're looking for I'm looking for a buy signal to come up, and then I'm looking for a strong green candle, and I'm looking for like a weak candle after. It doesn't have to be colored a certain way, but I'm looking for a weak candle to follow it. So I'm looking for something like, I don't think there's any examples here, but if I do see one, I will show you. Yeah, that one doesn't come up very often. That's why it's a V2. I kind of put these in order. So like they're in order of like likeliness of them to come up. Like the V1 variation comes up more often than the V2, V3. So obviously that's the main one that we look for. Same with the momentum reversal. I'm looking for a buy signal to push up, and then I'm looking for an inside candle to follow it in the direction of the trend, and I'll be looking for a trade in that direction. So when I do see the entry, I will let you know. These entries are going to come up very fast, so just make sure you guys are paying attention. The momentum reversal is going to come up very, very fast. If I see anything that looks like it may come up, I will let you know, but I'll be very focused on the charts today because I don't want to miss that entry. It's a really good entry. But the catalyst is a buy signal. So currently right now, if you look at the market, we're currently in a downwards trend, right? You can see prices below the pivots. The pivots are angling down. We have the trend meter, which is red. Momentum divergence down here is bearish as well. And then we have a sell signal. So in order for me to take this trade for any of these types of entries right here, these are all reversal strategies, right? So in order for me to take them, I need to look for a buy signal to confirm the retracement. So I need price to retrace up a little bit and then come back down, basically like an M pattern. That's what I'm going to be looking for here. The main two strategies that will probably come up will probably be the V1 variation. And you guys know what that is. We look for that almost every day. I'll look for price to come up, maybe bounce off the structure and then come back down. Or I'll be looking for a momentum reversal, which will happen like in the middle of the market. So just keep a lookout for that. The main thing that I need to look for here is a buy signal. So I mean, I'm not really looking for anything right now at this very moment because I need that buy signal to come up first. Once the buy signal comes up, I'll be looking for opportunity for entry. Nice. Max hit one and done, caught the liquidity push in the direction of the breakout. Solid. Solange said he took it as well. Nice work. Took a W on that. Solid. Brian's asking for the auto trail on NinjaTrader. Are you setting the profit trigger to 51 points and stop loss to 50 for the breakout? So I'm using the auto trail and I'm setting the, here, let me see, I put this over here yesterday, or not yesterday, on Monday. So I'm using this right here. I'm using the auto trail. I have it set to 1 step right here, Brian. For profit trigger, I have it set to 50 and I have stop loss set to 1. So I figured out how this works. When you set profit trigger, this is where the stop loss gets moved up. The stop loss right here, this number is going to be the number from current price. So say, for example, you have your profit trigger to 50, right? And then you want it to move 1 point away from where price is currently at. Then you set this to 1. And then frequency right here, you'll change it to how many times you want it to move. So if you want it to move every 50 points, you'll put 50, 50 right here. So you'll put a 50 right here, a 50 right here, and then a 1 right here. So every time price moves 1 point above 50, it moves your stop loss in profit. I know this thing was confusing. I didn't have it set up properly either last week, but I watched a bunch of videos, and this is where I have it set to. I have it set to auto trail step, 50 right here, 50 right here, and then 1 right here. So that when price hits 50 points, it's going to move, or it doesn't matter if it hits 50 points or 51 points. Say if price pushes up past 50, your stop loss is going to move 1 point away from current price. So that's what I got it set to. Same with my scalps. So for my scalps over here, I'll just take a screenshot of it real quick. Yeah, so I'll take a screenshot of like the whole thing so that you guys can see here. Like all my actual settings here. I'm still looking for my entry, guys. In order for me to get my entry, I need a buy signal. So there's nothing for me to take here. I'm just waiting for that buy signal to come up, confirm the retracement, and I'll look for the correction back down. But anyways, here are the settings right here. Brian, I just posted it in the chat. So these are my normal settings for my my ATM. So I have my stop loss set to 30 points, profit set to 60 points, my contract set to 10 contracts. And then for my trailing stop right here, I have it set to auto trail 1 step. My stop loss is 1 point, so that whenever price reaches 10 points, it moves my stop loss and profit to 1 point away from where price is currently at. And then every 10 points, it gets moved up again. So every time 10 points hits, it's right there. Brian said it's super blurry. Is it blurry on your screen, guys? I think it should be fine. Open it up on Discord, not on like don't watch it on here. Because you could actually see it on Discord. It's a screenshot of it. I mean, you don't have to copy this if you don't want. I'm just showing you the trailing stop, but this is what my TP stop loss looks like. Yeah. I mean, you don't have to set it that way. If you want to set it, if you just want to have it set where it's a 1-to-1, like if you just want to have automatic 30-30, then you can do that. Or if you want to have it to 10-30, you can do that. But for me, I want to give myself the opportunity to reach higher profits. So I basically want to guarantee the 10 points whenever I get to that point. But then, you know, if it reaches 30 points or if it reaches 60 points, then perfect. You know, I'll go for the full move. But this type of market that we're currently in, you know, we're in a choppy market, guys, and you guys understand that for the most part, right? We're in a choppy market, um, so there just isn't really like you want to be careful. You want to be taking profits where you can, instead of like, you know, risking more than you really should. So I'm gonna turn off my hedge laptop, guys. I'm done with the breakout for the day. So I'm going to
recording stopped.
Done with that right there. And I'm just going to turn off my hedge laptop because it's just, I'm not going to be trading on the hedge laptop for today. I'm just going to be trading on the scalping laptop. So I'll let that kind of just finish loading and then I'll be looking at possible entries here. So price is still dropping. The breakout V2 actually hit too. So both of the breakouts for today hit, guys. We have the breakout V1 that hit right here, and then we have the breakout V2 that also, or it's almost there. It hit 50 points already, but it's on its way down further to the full TP right here. There's no breakout V3 yet because you would need a buy signal, or you need a buy signal followed by a green candle. But the momentum breakout, the initial breakout we took right here, full TP, of course. And then we have the breakout V2 that came up right here as well. Sell signal, we had 2 red candles right here, opening red candle, following red candle. Entry would have happened on that following candle right there. And it's still coming down. So I'm just looking for a buy signal here. Once I get the buy signal, I can start looking for these entries here for some scalps. Like I said, I'm looking for mainly reversal strategies right now. I know typically I look for breakout V3s, market flow V2s, those types of entries. But because we're in this type of market here where price tends to be choppy, I'm looking for reversal strategies. I'm still trading with momentum and in the direction of trend. You can see right here, we're currently in a bearish trend with bearish momentum. I'm just looking for the retracement here. So price is starting to push up right here as we speak. If the buy signal comes up here, I'll be looking for possible opportunity for a V1 variation or a momentum reversal. I got to pay attention to the chart here. I'll be like laser focused to the chart because like I said, these momentum reversals are going to come up very quickly and I don't want to miss it. So I will be paying attention to this here. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. I'll probably answer your questions a little later. But as soon as this buy signal comes up, I'm going to be laser focused on the chart. I'm not going to be looking at any questions. I'm not going to be answering anything. I'm just going to be focused on taking this entry here. So I need this buy signal to come up. There we go with the buy signal. So if we get an inside candle over here, there has to be a wick though. So this can be like a strong red candle. So this is not an inside candle, right? So like I said, for the momentum reversal, this candle has to be completely within this previous candle right here, meaning there has to be like the wick and the body have to be within this candle. This green candle right here is an example of an inside candle. It's a reversal pattern. So you can see over here, we had this red candle with a big wick, and then this candle was within it. So see how it reversed right here? Price came in, we had our inside candle, and then price swung up. So again, I'm looking for another inside candle here. It doesn't have to be red, doesn't have to be green. It just has to be an inside candle. If I see that inside candle, I'll be looking to take the entry here. So just pay attention, guys. This entry is probably going to come up very quickly. So once I have the inside candle, I'll be putting a pending order at the low of the inside candle. Yeah, Talanji said still waiting for a return to 44K off the 4-hour, but maybe next week. Yeah, maybe if the volatility picks up a little bit. All right, so this candle might be an inside candle right here. Again, I would need some sort of body there. Okay, this is not an inside candle. So again, no inside candle here because this candle is bigger than this previous one. If it breaks out of it, it's not going to be an entry. We have a sell signal here pending. If the sell signal closes, I mean, it's going to have to reset the process again. I'll need to look for a buy signal before I start looking for anything else. So looking for either a V1 variation or, I mean, any of these entries right here. I'm looking for any of these entries. The main one that I probably would see come up first would probably be a momentum reversal though. That's why I'm mainly focused on that because we already have a high here. All right, so this might be it right here. Got a couple seconds left on it. So this looks like an inside candle. Entry would be right here at the 723. I'll put a pending order right there for a sell limit if this candle closes inside. If it pushes up any higher, then no. But if it closes inside, I'll be putting my pending order right there. You'll see it on my chart. If it doesn't fill on the next candle, I'm going to cancel it. So I will be placing my pending order there now.
Order submit. Order submitted.
So got my pending order. You can see the red line right there. If it doesn't fill on this candle, I will be canceling it. It's got 40 seconds left on it. All right, so I'm in the position right there.
Order submitted.
It's currently active in profit, stop loss in profit.
Yeah.
And I got out right there for 400. Unfortunately, I got stopped out in profit very, very quickly. So you guys saw my entry right there, played out perfect. So entry was right there, filled it, got out for 10 points. Currently 400 in profit across all of my accounts. Very, very quick entry, like I said. So in and out, 10 points right there. Be looking for any possible opportunities here for entry, but that one's pretty much done with pretty much one per momentum. So if you guys took that with me, perfect entry, no problems right there. This is probably gonna hit 30 points, but like I said, I'm having my trailing stop right now because this type of market that we're currently in, I don't want to risk anything that I don't need to risk, especially we're right next to New Year's, guys. New Year's is in a couple of days, so this is New Year's week. So expect some unusual price movement, market movement to happen. All right, so I'm done with this here. Be looking for the next opportunity for entry. So decent start for the week, guys. Breakout hit full TP, scalp right here hit full TP. If you guys are going for that 30 points, we'll aim for right there. This is gonna be a 30-point mark. Looks like 30 points just got hit. So if you guys caught that for 30 points, great work. We can still continue pushing for the remaining 60 points if you guys are looking. So there's a possible breakout V3 continuation coming up here. I'm not going to take the breakout V3 continuation. Like I said, I'm going to stick to my game plan. My game plan for today are these main strategies right here. So although, breakout V3 continuations may come up, I'm not going to take it. If this candle closes red, it's going to be a breakout V3 continuation. It'll be in direction of the momentum reversal that came up here. So it's still pushing down to its full TP. It hasn't reached the 60 points yet. It did hit the 30 points, but yeah, I'll be looking for the follow-up there. So let me just screenshot all my accounts here real quick. Solid entry there to start off the week for the scalps. Once the market volatility becomes more consistent, then I will use my trailing stop at the 30 for the 1-to-1. But right now, because market volatility is kind of low and it's not very consistent, I'm going to keep it at 10 points. As we enter the new year, it should be a lot better, but I'm not taking any chances. All right, so let me just gonna take a screenshot of this real quick. So there's no entries here. I'm looking for another buy signal to come up. Once another buy signal comes up, I'll be looking for opportunity there for entry. Let's go partial TP here for. And this is what I like about the momentum reversal is that you can put a pending order and you can just wait. You don't have to there's no market orders where you fill them in. It just gets in and, when it gets in, it gets in. If you have to cancel it, then just cancel it. So there goes the entry right there. I mean, the 60 points is still running, guys. So if you're looking for that 60 points, I mean, it's still coming down right now. But I'm done with this trade for me. I'm now just waiting for another opportunity here for me to get back in. I was hoping I'd be able to get in for at least 20 points, take a little push down further, but I'll take what I can get for now. And once you guys see my profits here, you're gonna see I can't really be complaining about my profits. It's pretty solid so far. So again, the trade's still running right here. In order for me to take another entry, I need to look for that buy signal. Once that buy signal comes up, I'll be looking for entry again. Like I said, I'll be focused on specific entries here. Sam over here mentioned triple confluence. Yeah, so a triple confluence actually came up right here off the sell signal as well. So a lot of stuff happening right here within the current price movement. But anyways, here are my profits from that trade. So I took the trade right here, guys. This was a momentum reversal. I mean, it lines up exactly with what it's called. We had momentum push up. We had a reversal back to the downside in the direction of the trend and momentum. So price came back down. That's why we took the entry right there for a sell. This is a screenshot of the trade. And here are my profits. So I locked in about 400 per account. So like I said, I can't complain about my profits here. I locked in some pretty good profit off that little 10-point move. It played out perfect right there. So 400 times, let's see, I have 27 accounts for, 27. So I made 10,800 plus my Purdy account down there, which I locked at 160. So I'm up 10,960 for the day so far. And then on top of that, the breakout. So plus 1445, 12,405 to start off this trading week. Not bad. Not bad at all. So I'll look for another entry here, guys. Again, I'm looking for a buy signal. I can't take any of these entries until I have a buy signal. All of these require a pending buy signal or a pending momentum. So since they require pending momentum, I just got to wait for these to come up. Once they come up, or once it comes up, then I can start looking for these entries. But technically, the first entry is still running. This is why I use a trailing stop. See how price kind of got really close to the full TP, and then it retraced all the way back up. I don't want to get caught in a trap like this. So that's why I don't take trades. Well, that's why I use a trailing stop right now. I think next year, once Trump gets in the house, volatility will pick up, and then we'll kind of see where it goes. Nice. Yeah, Sam said also buying around this area. So Sam is actually looking to buy around this area. So actually, this is a good entry right here. This is a similar to a V3. It's like a 3-bar reversal, Sam. So you had 2 red candles right here. It's not a 3-bar reversal in like how I would like to take it, because obviously I want to go in the direction of the trend, but it's a pretty nice setup right here. So we had 2 red candles followed by this green candle, and this green candle engulfs basically the previous 2. So this is considered a 3-bar reversal. It's very similar to my V3 variation, but my V3 variation has more requirements because it makes it a lot more probable for it to hit. So like for me, I would go in the direction of the trend. I look for the same pattern. It's basically a curve pattern, right? That's typically what I would call it, or what I would identify it as. It's man, I hate these tools. They always move the tools and I don't know where the curve button's at. There we go. So it's a curve pattern. It's like this, right? It like loops up. Ideally, I don't like trading against a trend. So for me, I would go the opposite way. All right, so we have another buy signal here. It's going to set up for another momentum reversal possibly. So I'm going to be looking for that inside candle again. All right, so I'll be looking for that inside candle here. If and when it comes up, we have a buy signal here, bearish trend meter, momentum divergence is kind of pushing up a little bit, but it's starting to swing back down. The volatility here is getting really, really low. Let me check the news for today. I forgot to see if there was news. So we do have pending home sales right here at 7 o'clock. This is probably why market's starting to flatten out a little bit. I'm probably going to hold off on any entries until after this news is passed. If we get a sell signal here, that's fine. I'm just going to have to wait for another buy signal anyways. So pretty solid, pretty straightforward. Let's see, Max said, just read up on the new safety net rule with Apex. It's a bit interesting, but it does promote longevity of PAs. Where'd you see the rule at, Max? I'm curious. Man, they come up with new rules every day. So like, that's why I have to trade the scalp entries on all my prop accounts, because the problem is that they require that you take at least 1 trade per week. It's been kind of slow, so. Okay, thanks, Max. Here, I'll take a look at this later, but thanks, Max, for sharing it. So I want to make sure I don't miss any entries here. So there's a possible entry here for a momentum reversal, but we got news coming up in like 2 minutes, guys. So I'm not going to take it. If you guys want to take it, I'll mark it up for you guys. Again, we just need to have that lower wick on this bottom end right here. This is a momentum reversal pattern that's starting to set up. We have a buy signal here. This looks like it might be an inside candle. As long as this candle doesn't push past this red candle, it should be perfectly fine. The entry would be right here at the 667 price point. So if you want to put a sell limit right there, you guys can. Again, we have news coming up in about 2 minutes, so I'm just going to hold off on it. I'm not going to take the trade. I got to stick to my game plan. There's no red flags here that I'm going to be trading around. I know it's medium impact, but I'm not going to take it. So it looks like it's probably gonna get filled right here if you guys want to take it. Price is pushing down. It is now filled. I'm not in this position. We have news coming up shortly. So I'll just follow it here for you guys. It looks like it might be hitting the 10 points soon. Let me just drag this down a little lower. We got news coming up right now. So 10 points is right there. We got news in like 1 minute. Not gonna mess with it. Let's see. Talanji said super bearish on all time frames, but overextended. Monday and end of the year, sitting on hands unless I see a triple confluence. So 10 points right there got hit, guys. If you guys take that for 10 points, full TP. It's going down to the 30 points right here as well. It's almost at that 30-point mark. The 60 points actually hit right here, guys, finally, for the initial entry. All right, 30 points hit. So 30 points are now hit. It may go down to 60 points. Like I said, there's news right now, so I didn't want to mess with it. Let's check the news real quick. News was negative, I'm assuming. It was actually positive. So surprisingly, the news was positive and it still continued to drop. 30 points hit right there. So you guys can see how the strategy, like if you can focus on the strategy and pay attention, the strategy will it'll yield pretty good profit. You just got to really pay attention to like what we're looking for. You need the pending momentum and hopefully your stop's tight, Sam. Oh, you're in risk-free. Okay, now you're fine. Perfect. Okay, so you got risk-free on your buys. It's awesome. Yeah, for me, I'm looking for sells here because I'm going with the direction of the trend and direction of momentum. Man, I kind of wish I took the entry, but I got to play it smart. Can't take any dumb entries here. That's how people that's how I mess up and how people trade on tilt because when stuff like this happens, of course. So it looks like the 30 points already got hit. I'll just leave that as is. We'll come back and take a look at this later if we need to, but for the most part, I think that's good. Yeah. So again, this is another important reminder of why you should be using trailing stop, and another important reminder why I don't trade news. Did you guys see how this candle just popped up out of nowhere? Well, I wouldn't necessarily say out of nowhere, but the news was positive. Price came down. Obviously, price was due to come back. So yeah. Just another reminder, this is why I follow my rules. Let's go back over here. Yeah, the news was very positive. You can see right here, pending home sale 7 o'clock. This could have easily screwed me if price didn't come down immediately. But it came down immediately, played out. And now we'll see if there's anything else that may come up here. Yeah, exactly. Solange said nice. Scary, but nice. Yeah. Scary entry because it was right at news. News happened right here at 7 o'clock. Let me mark up news price. So we got a news price right there, that pink line. See, the good thing with this here is that we don't have any sessions nearby. Sessions are far out. We're in an open area to trade in. So it's pretty solid. Let me mark up some more liquidity up here. We have a higher at this point. What else we got? Low right here. So we got liquidity on certain ends. If you guys are looking to take liquidity, it's the liquidity zone right there. Possible breakout V3 continuation setting up right here. Possible triple confluence, actually. So there's a sell signal right here. If it breaks and closes past this lower low, the possible triple confluence. See, the volatility here is starting to get very low, though. So it's a little tricky. You'd have to really watch it, make sure it actually closes, because it could easily just shift up at the last second. That's why I don't really like trading after 7 o'clock. If I see something good, I'll take it. But I'm not going to force anything here. So no triple confluence right there, unfortunately. It was close, but not close enough. Max said it's weird now. Even if you reach the profit target, you can't request the maximum payout, only the minimum. And if you want to request more, you have to have a bigger cushion past trailing drawdown. That's one thing that I've noticed lately that I find super, super annoying with all prop firms. So a lot of these prop firms, they're requiring that you have a cushion before you make a withdrawal. So I mean, it's the same with like the straight to funded. Like with Tradeify, you have to have a certain amount. I think like close to like 9,000 before you can even withdraw um anything. And I think it's a good thing and it's a bad thing. It's a good thing because it requires people to like not YOLO their accounts and make certain profit before they can get a payout. But it does suck because you can't get your withdrawal until like you make a certain amount. That's why for me, I'm kind of more focused on my personal accounts for the most part, right? Because like we just discussed right now, that these prop firms are always going to create rules that are going to go against you. But if you can trade both, like for me, I'm trading both. I'm trading my personal, I'm trading hedge accounts, and then I'm trading prop accounts. So I don't have everything all in one basket for prop accounts. It's kind of like all over the place. I'm even thinking about opening prop firms with like, or not opening a prop firm, but opening a prop account with like a forex broker for swing trades. I don't know if there's any prop firms that allow for swing trades, or I might just open a personal account, personal live account to do swing trades. But yeah, I have the same strategy that we're applying right here. I did a lot of testing over the weekend. The same strategy that we're applying, the momentum reversal, it works really, really well on like higher time frames, like the daily. So I don't know. I just over the weekend I had a lot of ideas of like reviewing a lot of my old strategies, thinking about which ones I want to reintroduce to you guys. We are having the mentoring session today, so I think today's a good session for you guys to attend if you guys want to have an understanding of how the momentum reversal works. We'll also be covering a lot of the main things like risk management with regards to your contract size, trade psychology, and how to trade like a business. So it's going to be an interesting mentoring session for today. We cover a lot of the important stuff that a lot of people have been waiting for. All right, still no entry here. No entry and no inside candle. I haven't really thought about whether I want to just do one per momentum. Ideally, I would want to do just one per momentum. But sometimes you'll have momentum like this that's like running forever. So like, let me see this one right here, for example. See, there was an inside candle right here. This would have been an entry, or this wouldn't have filled because this candle never touched it. Then there'd be another inside candle right here. This one would have filled, but it came down, hit TP. Actually, no, this is a sell signal, my bad. I was looking at it wrong. I think I'm going to keep it to one per momentum. I'm not here trying to like gamble it. I just want to take good entries that come up. Like for example, this one came up right here. This was a good one. That was for this momentum. This one came up right here. Also a good one for this momentum. I now need to get a sell signal. So in order for me to take the next entry, so there's a couple entries that still haven't came up yet. We've used this momentum for the momentum reversal, but we haven't used it for any of the V1 variations or the momentum reversal V2. So I mean, technically, if you want to use this momentum for another entry, you can. I just don't see anything coming up here. What you would need to see here is possibly a double body rejection off this structure and then come back down. The only problem here is that we have the news price right here, this pink line. So that's a red flag for me. I don't trade at news. So I don't think I'd be able to take a V1 variation around this area. This whole area right here is an area of manipulation. You can see the news came up right here at this pink line. Every time price comes be near it, it just kind of sits there or it bounces off really quickly and comes back. So this pink line right here, it acts as a magnet, right? Price pushes away, comes back down, pushes away, comes back down, pushes away, comes back down, etc. Like that's one of the main things for me to look out for, the red flags. If there's a red flag, I just will not take any entries around that area. So what I would like to see here is I like price to actually come down lower, come back up, retrace, and come back down from there. I just want price to be away from that pink line right there, right? So I want it to come down and then just move down here. Then, okay, great. I'll look for some entries at this area. But I don't really want to take anything here because if price comes up and then I got to take my entry from up here, I'm going to have to cut through that pink line to get to my TP, right? So just using basic logic here, just understanding like this is an area that should be avoided at all costs. See, Sam said loss risk free trying this new double body. Did you try this one right here? Looks like it, right, Sam? I'm assuming your stop loss was probably just a little tight because it pushed up a little bit, but yeah, I mean, your TP stop loss is like 100 points, so yeah, it's kind of far off because I do believe there was a double body right there. Yeah, there was. This is the one you took. Yeah, it's always tricky going against the trend. I mean, price is overextended, so I can see why you want to take the buy there. Yeah, it's just tricky. I always go with the trend and with momentum. Let's see, Max City, yeah, it's annoying, but I got my 150K to 156.7 goal is to take minimum payouts until I get 6 payouts and request the whole balance at once. Yeah, no, that's what I did too, Max. So with a lot of these prop firms, like I've told you guys in the past, I don't really need the money to be honest, because I trade my personal account. So like with these prop firms, what I do a lot of the time is I just stack up the money and I always draw where I can. Like I'm not like strapped for cash where I need to like make withdrawals every single 2 weeks. Like sometimes I don't even make a withdrawal. I just where I don't request a payout, I just wait. Like sometimes I'll go a whole month without like requesting a payout. Like last month I took, or this month actually for December, I took like maybe 6 or 7 trades total up until like today. And yeah, the prop firms, they kind of messaged me and were like, you gotta take a trade every week or we're gonna shut down your account. So that's why I moved it over to the scalp accounts. But for the most part, I don't really need to make a withdrawal every 2 weeks. I don't, this isn't the case for a lot of people. For most people, you have to make the withdrawal. This is what's gonna pay for your rent. This is what's gonna keep you going. But what I would recommend is keep some sort of safety net. And then from the profits that you withdraw, go ahead and move that to a personal account. I mean, that's what I do. That's why I'm able to trade the way I do. Yeah, Max said if I learned one thing from prop firm trading, it's to pay myself since it's not a live account. The cash isn't mine. Yeah, 100%, Max. I agree with you. But so the thing with what we just discussed is like, when you're strapped for cash and you need the cash, it makes you want to take unnecessary risk on your prop accounts. Like if you look at my trades from last week, I only took like 1 trade, I think, or 2 trades. So these are all my prop accounts right here. I made a total of like 600. It was like 2 10-point moves, 1 partial, 1 full 10-point. And that's kind of where I locked in, right? For some people, they need to like, and for majority of people, they need to make these withdrawals like pretty consistent. So, it's like your rent bill or your car payment or something. And you just feel the pressure to make X amount of profit per week, per 2 weeks, because if you don't make enough profit, you're not gonna be able to make the withdrawal, which obviously, it's tough. All right, there's no entries here yet. There was another momentum reversal that came up right here, but like I said, I'm not taking any trades here at the news price, and I'm also waiting for another momentum signal to come up. So this right here would have been a momentum reversal entry. See, we had a buy signal right here. We had price come down, bearish momentum. We had a green candle right here. The top of the body was right here. The lower or not the top of the line, top of the candle is right here, the low of the candle is right here. This candle was within it, so it's an inside candle. Pending order would have been set right here at the lower wick or the lower body, or not body, lower candle, and it would have filled right here. So if you would have taken this trade, it's currently running in profit. It reached the 10 points already. So the 10-point trailing stop would have been triggered already right there. And then it would still be running to the 30 points. The only problem with this here that, I would have ran into is that the entry happened right at the, or this candle would have been touching the sessions, or not the sessions, the news price. So I'm sticking to my game plan. I'm not going to be taking any trades where they're at red flags. I'm going to be as cautious as possible. This is New Year's week, so you just want to be very cautious about your entries. If you guys are just joining in, we had 2 trades for the day that we took. So if you look over here at the official trades for the day, I took the breakout over here. So breakout over here hit full TP. I only caught it for 50 points because I had my stop loss get moved in profit at 50 points, but it did hit full TP there for 100 points. My profits off that trade was 1,445. And then we took one momentum reversal entry right here. My stop loss got moved in profit at 10 points, but it did hit the full 60 points right here. You guys can see the line right there as well from my actual account that's logged into here. So I'm just gonna update the screenshot for that one right there. So it did hit the full. I'm just putting notes here. So if you guys ever are curious about this entry, like how it moved and stuff like that. So I put the full TP hit here for 60 points. But what happened here is I got out at 10 points. That's why my profits are different. Hit 30 points, retraced, and it corrected back to the 60 points right there. And you can see here from the markup, what happened there as well. So we got price coming back down right here. And I'm still looking for some entries. I'm just being patient, waiting for my setup to come up here. So again, if you guys took the entry right here that we just talked about, there was another momentum reversal that came up. It was at this low right here, 645. So 30 points got hit right there. And it's still on its way down lower to the full 60 points. So I'm liking the volatility here. The volatility is starting to pick up and it's becoming like normal market structure here. It's not as slow as it was before. Here's the clean chart. So we're actually getting a pretty nice move here. Like price is climbing down pretty nicely. Here's the SR chart. Price still dropping from there. All right, so we got a breakout V3 continuation that came up right here. Breakout V3 continuation is not on my main strategies for today, so I'm not looking to take it. Like I said, I did a lot of testing over the weekend. Reversal strategies are kind of what's hitting right now because the market volatility is, it hasn't been consistent. It's consistent today, but it hasn't been consistent. So far, it's looking good though. So again, if you guys want to look for that entry, I'll be looking for another momentum reversal once we get a buy signal. So the initial entry right here is still currently running if you're going for that full 60 points. The 30 points already got hit, so it's already at a 1-to-1 full TP if you guys took that. Otherwise, I'm going to keep following it here. But again, if you guys are just joining, I only took 2 trades so far on my accounts. Breakout right here. those are my profits, 1,445. And then the momentum reversal here, I got it at 10 points, did hit 60, but I locked in 400 per account. So total for today, I'm in profit, 12,405. So pretty great start to this trading week so far. Just gotta wait for my next opportunity. If the volatility starts to die down, I'm just gonna be a little more careful. I mean, I'm already careful as is, but obviously if the volatility here gets even slower, usually around 7:30, the volatility gets even slower than it currently is. Because it seems like the move has already happened, right? Big drop right here. Lots of good entries along the way. So again, this one's still running. I'm gonna move this out of the way so I can kind of focus on like what's happening right here. Take this off here as well. Let's see. Solange said didn't take it, but isn't that a triple confluence? It is. I know I didn't even see it because these candles over here already touched it, the low. But you're right. It was. Or actually, I mean, it's a triple confluence pattern, Solange, but I wouldn't consider it a triple confluence because these candles over here touched it already, right? It has to be a clean break. So these over here already touched the low. So technically the low has already been broken. It would have to like break and close on that specific candle. Yeah. So I mean, it's a triple confluence pattern. Like you see a sell signal right there, it broke past the lower low, but because it's already tested it right here, I wouldn't consider it like a clean triple confluence. It's not like a high-low scalp. Because the way that the triple confluence works is that it's basically three strategies in one, right? So you have the momentum signal here. You have basically a momentum sell. You have a pivot scalp. The third strategy that would need to make it a triple confluence would be the high-low scalp, right? But because these candles over here already broke past it, then it wouldn't fit under a triple confluence. It'd be a double confluence, but not a triple confluence specifically. Yeah, Glenn said Wick City. Yeah, I know the market right now is it's starting to slow down a bit. The 60 points have almost hit though for this trade. So we had the momentum reversal again that I said over here, guys. This is what I like about the momentum reversal. It's a pending entry. So like, if it doesn't fill, it doesn't fill. You can just cancel it, look for the next one. It's almost there. It's a few points away, but the volatility here is kind of low. Again, these are the main strategies I'm looking at today: V1 variation, V2, V3. There hasn't been very many V2s here, V1s, V3s. They kind of come in order. So like the one that you'd probably see first would be the V1 variation. These two are strong entries, but they don't come up very often. And I'll go over this stuff during the mentoring session today, guys. So don't worry, I'll cover all this stuff today. Today's session isn't supposed to be super long anyway, so I have time to cover this at the end of the mastery class. I'll also create new videos for these specific strategies here. I think if you guys just focus on, I'd say V1 variation and momentum reversal, like if you make those your two strategies for 2025, I can almost guarantee. Like I don't want to guarantee and I can't guarantee, but I could say very confidently that you can be very, very profitable if you just focus on those two strategies. I think that's going to be my main focus for the next year as well. The reason why I'm going to focus on those is because, Trump's going to be president soon and he's going to be saying some crazy stuff or he's going to be doing some crazy stuff that's going to cause a lot of volatility in the market. So, we'll have some direction, but I think the market's still going to be very choppy. It's going to be choppy, but it's going to be very big chops. So I think, if we focus mainly on these reversal type strategies, but we trade them in the direction of the trend and momentum, then it's going to work out in our favor, especially because I finally have the trailing stop figured out. So I could lock in my profits when it gets to certain price points. So yeah, just, obviously something to keep in mind, guys. Once the mastery class is done today, I'm pretty much done mentoring for a while. I will probably at some point in the future mentor again, but I think for the most part, I'm going to be focused mainly on finishing my licensing for the hedge fund. The hedge fund's going to be it's always been like the main focus, but obviously during the holidays, I want to help people out with with trading. So 2025 is going to be a really big year. So 2025, I'm going to be focused a lot on the hedge fund. I'm also going to revamp the entire because what I've noticed lately from the mastery class is that I'm not really teaching beginner stuff, and we have a lot of people here who want to learn beginner stuff. So when I have free time next year, I'm going to revamp the entire course basically where it's like super, super beginner, where I'm going to explain to you like what a candle is and the lingo of trading and stuff like that. Um, I haven't taught a beginner in a really long time, so it's hard for me to understand and know like what people want to learn because I feel like everything is common sense to me specifically. So, all right, guys, back to the entry over here. We have another opportunity for entry because we have okay, never mind, take that back. We had a buy signal here, and then I was looking for a momentum reversal, but we have a sell signal that's coming up again. This might be a triple confluence if you guys are looking to take that. The candle's kind of weak though, so it's probably not going to push down. It has 5 seconds left on it. Yeah, no. Or no. It got close. Got close, but not close enough. So it was almost a triple confluence, but it didn't break and close below the lower low. So unfortunately, nothing there. But the momentum reversal here hit full TP. So we got 3 momentum reversals that came up today. I'm glad I decided to take the momentum reversals today because you guys can see this one here hit full TP 60 points. This one hit 30 points. This one hit 60 points. If I took all 3 right here, this would be a pretty good amount of profit. That'd be 120. That'd be 150 points right here for all of these. Pretty solid. So this is kind of what I'm looking for. I'm looking for some more volatility here. If we get this volatility that continues to push through, then we may be in for a really, really good year, honestly. If the volatility picks up, I might even, well, I'm not going to say I'm going to scrap the breakout, but I'm going to be focused mainly on the scalps here. I feel like for the past couple of months, we've been more focused on the breakouts because it's just the easier strategy to take. But these scalps are going to be very, very lucrative come next year if this becomes a case and it just becomes a normal occurrence where the volatility picks up. My bread and butter is scalping anyways. I typically do well with scalping. Like scalping is my style of trading. It's just the market hasn't been given us the opportunity to take these types of entries. All right, so I'm looking at the market now. The volatility is actually going, or the direction is now going sideways. So let's go to our clean chart real quick. You guys can see here, it's a little more obvious on the clean chart. Yeah, price here is just basically going back and forth, back and forth. So, I mean, we'll see what happens here in a few. I'll just clean this up because we don't really need all these extra zones. I just want you guys to focus on what's happening right here, right now. Yeah, so we got a sideways market right now. We're getting closer to 7:30, so I mean it was expected. Let me check. So we got some more news over here at 7:30. We have Dallas Fed Manufacturing Index in about 3 minutes. It's just medium impact, so I'm not expecting it to push price very heavily, but again, it is news. So if you're looking to take entries, I would be careful with taking anything here right now. I don't know why it keeps disconnecting me. Oh, because I have my laptop open. All right. Isaiah's asking, what is your typical RR? It's usually 1 to 2 or 2 to 1, whatever. It's a risk reward. So 1 to 2, yeah. It's usually for my scalps, my TP is at 60 points, my stop loss is at 30, but then I use a trailing stop. Right now I'm using a tighter trailing stop because of obviously you see the choppy market. So my trailing stop is set at 10 points. Usually my trailing stop moves up at the 1 to 1. So TP stop loss is 30 points stop loss, 60 points TP. My trailing stop follows at every 10 points. Once the volatility picks up, I'll move it back to 30. So it's just going to move up to the 1-to-1 and then the 2-to-1. So it's basically between a 1-to-2 to 1-to-1. And then same with the breakout. For the breakout over here as well, it's same thing, 50 point stop loss, 100 point TP. So it's 1-to-2, but I'm using a 1-to-1 trailing stop for the breakout because obviously the market's been choppy and it hasn't been very directional. Today it was actually really directional. So this was a nice directional push over here. But I mean, this hasn't been the case for the past 2 months. It's been very choppy. It's just been whipsawing back and forth. So the trailing stops have been like super important to lock in profit. If you guys have looked at the stats for the month so far, we actually made it right back into profit for this month, guys. So if you look at the announcements from this weekend, so for December week 1, we were at negative just 20 points, and then December week 2, we were negative 50 points. Last week we were up 60 points, and then this 2 weeks ago up 60 points, and then this most recent week we were up 220 points. So we made it back into profit pretty nicely, guys, over the last couple of weeks. First 2 weeks were super choppy. That was when the super choppy markets were going back and forth. So we were like at a net loss for the first 2 weeks. And then week 3 and 4, we picked it right back up. So looks like we're probably going to close out this month. I'm hoping so. If we include these trades here that we took today, yeah, I think it's going to be, we just have one day. Obviously, I'm not gonna tilt tomorrow. If anything, I'm gonna be like more careful tomorrow than I am today. But yeah, we made it right back, guys. It was tricky. I mean, it was a tricky year. The year wasn't super, I wouldn't say it's super crazy. We only had one red month this whole year, I think. It was in May. So January was pretty decent. February was okay, a little slower. March was decent. April was a little slower. May we had our first, it was just a 1% loss on May. And then it kind of picked up a little bit. September was good, came back from summer. And you can see over here from October, it was really, really low. We only had a 2% gain for October. November was decent last month. And then this month, I was kind of worried about it. And then we came right back. So I thought this month was going to close red, which I'm okay with. You know, you understand that the market's not always going to move in your favor. But thankfully, I started to implement the trailing stops, and the trailing stops were able to recoup a lot of the unnecessary losses we were taking. So it's been good. It's been good overall. Let's see. Sam said he's buying the V1 again. Where'd you get the V1 at, Sam? I'm trying to see. Oh, this one right here. Okay. So I'm assuming you took this double wick right here. Double wick rejection. The news just passed right now at 7:30, guys. It was positive news, just like the previous news. So pending home sales at 7 o'clock was positive. Month over month was positive. Dallas Fed Manufacturing Index was also positive, 3.4. And we got that push up right there. So that kind of worked out in your favor. So the V1 variation worked out in your favor since it news is positive, push price up. Solid, man. Yeah, nice work. So we got news again right here. This is now going to become a little bit of an issue because now we're in a news sandwich. So see how we have news price up here, and then we have news price down here. I was going to look for another momentum reversal, but it's going to be very tricky for us to take anything here if it does come up, because we do have a lot of red flags around this middle area right here. If you guys are just joining in, again, I only took 2 trades for the day. I've marked up a couple of these entries that came up, but some of them I couldn't take. Like, for example, this one I was going to take, but it was right at news and it was at a red flag. This one over here I was going to take as well, but it was right at news as well. That pink line right there. So I took this one up here. And then we also took the breakout from this morning. So if you look at the stats for the Discord today, breakout for the day, I locked in 1,445. That's for the breakout. And then for the initial entry over here that I mentioned, I only took this one, didn't take these two because of my red flags. I locked in 400 per account. So total profit of 12,405 for the day across all my accounts. So that's personal, prop accounts, etc. Man, I don't know why this thing Okay, I get it. I'm gonna do that. Once I get off this live, I'm gonna sign off my laptop. I've been working remotely lately, so I've been like this whole week I've been like testing a lot of stuff, a lot of the old stuff that we did, like these reversal strategies. I haven't applied the momentum reversal in like years, since like I think like 2022. So it's been like 2 years since I looked at the momentum reversal. Um, but just a light bulb just like came up in my mind where I was like, okay, we're in a sideways market. So what type of strategies work good in a sideways market or in a choppy market? The reversal strategies. So I just went back to my playbook. I looked at pretty much all of my old reversal strategies, and I was like, this is perfect. This thing's been hitting momentum reversal and V1 variation. These hit too, but they don't come up very often. So if they do come up, I definitely would take them. But for the most part, these two main ones are going to come up very often. So I think these are going to be my two main strategies for 2025 for scalping. I'm going to keep on taking the breakout, of course. Like the breakout's still good, but for my scalping, I'll be focused on like these two main strategies. Like if I took every entry for today right here, this would have yielded me like 1,000. Yeah, it yielded me a lot because this is 150 points, or no, this is more than 100. Actually, this is 60, 60, that's 120 plus 30, that's 150. So 150 points here plus 100 points for the breakout. That is 250 points. That's how much profit we made all last week within just one session today. So yeah, I think it's going to be, if you guys sit in on these live sessions with us, you could for sure lock in these trades because I'm giving you guys a heads up. Every time I see these entries here, I'm literally telling you, okay, if this candle closes inside, we'll put a pending sell limit. So you don't miss the trade. It's a pending order. So, when I put the pending order there, you guys can put your pending order and you can just take it with me. There's another entry right here that just came up for a momentum reversal. But like I said, guys, it's within this red flag area, so I don't really want to take it. But this is an entry that I personally would have taken if it didn't fall within my red flags right here. So right here again, we have a buy signal. We had this inside candle right here. See this green candle is within this green candle right here. The entry would have happened right here. Like a sell limit would have been placed right there. And this would have been another entry for a momentum reversal. Again, like I said, I'm just being very cautious today because this is New Year's week. So I don't want to be taking anything that I don't need to take. 10 points hit already. So price is pushing down further. 30 points right there, about to reach that point. Like I said, there's a news price right here, so this is a red flag. This is the main reason why I wouldn't have taken this trade. Because you can see when price reaches this pink line right here, see how it bounces directly off it? This is news price from 7:30. I don't want to get caught in these fake outs right here. So this is why, I'm just being a little more cautious with these specific entries here. It's probably going to hit TP, but I just got to stick to my game plan. My game plan for today was take these strategies and then also, as always, avoid the red flags. Any horizontal lines here that go left and right. So any of these pink lines, any of the red lines up here, any of the green lines, any of the purple lines. So purple, basically these are the main colors you don't have to focus on the colors, but basically any of these dotted lines that go sideways, that's where you avoid trades. Purple, red, green, pink. And blue, actually, I didn't even put the opening price here. And blue. Again, the colors don't matter, guys. Don't focus on the colors, just focus on the dotted line. If you see a dotted line on the chart, don't trade around those areas. I marked them up there for a reason. It's an area of manipulation. And see how price got manipulated right here? This again is another reminder of why I don't take trades at certain areas. So the 10 points would have hit perfect. But again, this is a reason why I follow my rules. See, this could easily stop me out if I didn't have my trailing stop in place. I don't trade at any of these dotted lines. See how price, like I didn't even have to say anything. Like literally price came down to this dotted line. It rejected directly off it and then it skyrocketed straight up. It's from experience. I've been burnt by these positions so many times, taking entries at like these red flags, and this is where I end up losing most of my money. So in order for me to prevent myself from losing, I just don't trade around those areas. Hey, Christian. Yeah, definitely. Nice to see you here, bro. Welcome back. I know you stopped trading for a while and you're finally back. Yeah, Christian said, my goal for this new year is to have 350K accounts of Tradeify. Excited to begin with Kodi again. Thanks, bro. Yeah, definitely, Christian. The good thing with Tradeify, so if you guys are not familiar with Tradeify, they are straight to funded. So you don't have to do an eval or anything like that. It costs a little more, but I think it's worth it. If you balance out the prices, the cost of a Tradeify account is actually cheaper than trading an eval for like 2 or 3 months. If you're doing a 300K with Apex, it's going to take you at least a couple of months to pass it if you're doing it properly. If you're going to YOLO the account, possibility that there's a possibility that you can pass right away, but for the most part, yeah, it's going to take a long time. All right, so we got price pushing up right here. We got price pushing up. So, again, guys, like I said earlier, if you guys stick on these live sessions, like if you guys literally pay attention during these live sessions and you stick around and you follow along with what I'm doing, obviously I can't give you any guarantees, but if you focus on just these two strategies that I'm looking at, and these are going to be my two main strategies that I'll be looking at for the following year, like you're going to be profitable. Like I'm going to document every trade that I take for these. And I mean, you guys will see. You guys will see. I have a really good feeling about this year. I mean, it wouldn't matter even if these strategies like say if the market structure changes a little bit, the good thing about these strategies is that they're reversal strategies. So you're not really trading against the trend. You're trading with the trend. And it's going to be like super, 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 I wouldn't say directional. It's going to be choppy, but it's going to be directional choppy. It's not gonna be like COVID. Like if you guys traded with me during COVID, it was so easy. You could take any sell. Like how the market moved right here, this was every day during COVID. Like you can make all the mistakes in the world and you could still be right. Like, we used to trade with like big stop losses and then we would just like let the trade run and then it would just pretty much push through. Like I think during COVID, every time price would retrace up, we would just put a pending sell limit here, right? And it'd be like TP, push up, TP, push up, TP, push up, TP. And you can just take every sell if price was trending that direction. I think market's gonna be trending like this, but it's not gonna be very smooth like this. It's gonna be more of a choppiness. Like you'll see stuff like this. But yeah, I mean, these are ideal market conditions, of course. Nice work, Sam. Yeah, so Sam took the V1 variation down here for 100 points, finally hit, and now he's done. So nice work right there, Sam. Sam looked like he caught it from this one right here, right? Yeah. There was a V1 there, but it disappeared, of course, because obviously the low got pushed down further. Or you got in from lower, actually, Sam. You got in from like forgot where you got in from, but it wasn't here. Yeah, you got in lower, like it was somewhere down here. I remember we looked at it earlier, but yeah, nice work on that. I always like when you take the V1s against the trend, I'm like, man, I really hope this hits for you because it's like it's hard to like I can't trade against the trend like that. I do see the V1s that do hit 1528. Oh yeah, yeah, you got the double wick. That's what I remembered. Yeah, you got in where the double wick happened right there. There we go. Yeah, so Sam caught that right there. Sam's a wizard with these V1 variations. They do hit. For me, I can't stomach going against the trend like that. Um, but yeah, I mean, if you can catch them, like those V1 variations are nice, especially when they come from a very low point and then they push up. I mean, the price action here looked good. So see how price was consolidating right here? I think Sam did make a good decision on taking the V1 here because price started to slow down a bit. And we already talked about this earlier, right? Price was overextended. Price came down super heavily, started to consolidate around this area. Sam saw the opportunity to take that V1 variation, and then he wrote this all the way back up for correction. So the target price point here, if price decides to climb up higher, is going to be the opening price right there. So price does climb back up higher, that's going to be likely where it's going to aim for. All right, 7:45 right now, guys. It's getting very close to 8 o'clock. So I think I'm gonna be done with trading pretty soon. I'll keep looking for some more entries here, but with the market volatility right now, if we don't get a sell signal anytime soon within the next couple of minutes, then I'm probably not going to look for any more entries. Looking at this here, so what I look for is I look for price to push up, retrace, give me a sell signal, and then climb back up. And I look for one of these types of entries to come up within that time period. We don't have that here right now, but if we do have that come up, and of course I'll look for entry. Ideally, it's not looking like it. Usually these momentum signals, you can see they're kind of gapped around. They come up around maybe like every 5 to 10 minutes. So we have about 15 minutes till 8. We got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So in order for me to take that entry, we need to get that sell signal first. And it's going to take some time. Yeah, Sam said, thanks for introducing V1 in this session. Took triple confluence, new strategy. Nice, love it. Yeah, triple confluence is a really good strategy if it comes up. I mean, those are like that's kind of like the foundation strategies, right? A lot of these other strategies came up a little later, like the breakout V3 continuation. They came up a little later. It's a good strategy, but you need to have a very directional market. The thing with the triple confluence is that you can catch it either way, and then same with the V1 variations. They're pretty smooth and they're pretty straightforward. Yeah, Brian said, hey, yo, that cha-ching with the auto trail is music. I know it kind of gets you hyped, huh, Brian? Like when I first heard it, I didn't realize that was a real sound. I didn't know where it came from. But it's cool. If you have the trailing stop set pretty tight, it'll just keep cha-chinging every time it goes up. It's like, money hit the bank. It does that because you lock in profit. That's why it does a cha-ching noise, because basically you're at risk, but then when that cha-ching happens, you're like guaranteed profit. You can go higher, but you're guaranteed those 10 points or whatever you set it at. Yeah, Brian said the full TP when it hits like 3 times. I know, right? Yeah. It's pretty smooth. I haven't had one of those happen yet, but I'll be looking for I'll be looking for that to happen next year when the volatility starts to pick back up. Yeah, Sam said, look at my 1-3 going away. I'm always So this thing here is coming back down, looks like. There goes another V1 variation. I don't know if you're looking to take this, Sam. I mean, I think it's kind of tricky right now because the trend kind of shifted the other way, but another V1. And so the thing with the V1 variation, actually, now that I think about it, this is actually a good entry right here. I'm not going to take it, but this would be a good setup if the trend was still bearish. You can see the trend here is kind of neutral. See how price is in between the pivots? The trend meter down here is currently blue. It's neutral right now. So with it being neutral, I don't really have a direction I don't have a bias in the market. But the reason why I say this is a good one is because there's a V1 variation, but this also is a V2 variation. So this is the example that I was looking to show you guys earlier. So see how there's a double body rejection right here? We had a buy signal. There's a double body rejection right here. But the key thing here to look at is that this candle, so looking at this red candle right here, it broke and closed past this entire candle. So it basically engulfed the candle. It's an engulfing pattern. So, I mean, it's whatever you guys want to call it. If you guys want to call it an engulfing candle, an engulfing pattern, or whatever, that's what it is. It's an engulfing pattern. So double body rejection. So you have the reversal right here, and then you have this candle engulfing this entire candle. So you basically have 2 confluences here. You have a reversal plus you have a momentum direction. And from there, you can anticipate price to drop down further. So price obviously is coming down right here. And this would be considered a pretty good reversal pattern because you have 2 confluences. You have the reversal plus you have the engulfing. So I said, This strategy doesn't come up very often, the V2 variation, but when it does come up, it's usually pretty good. And there we go. As price pushes down to the 100 points, or not 100 points, 60 points. I mean, it's tricky. It's tricky because you would have to go against the trend here. There you go, full TP. So I'm glad this came up because I was hoping to show you guys an example of a V2 variation. It doesn't happen very often. So a V2 and a V3 variation are kind of similar to like a triple confluence. So V2 variation, V3 variation, and momentum reversal V2. These don't come up very often, but when they do come up, they usually hit. They're very similar to a triple confluence, right? The triple confluence came up today, but it doesn't come up very often. So there goes the setup right there. I was hoping I could. Oh, okay. So this no, okay. This was a V2 variation, but it's not a V3 variation. In order for it to be a V3 variation, you would need it to break and close below the first candle. So basically a V1 variation is a double body, double wick reversal. V2 variation is a 2 candle reversal. So this is a reversal pattern right here. You had price push up with the green candle. You had the double body, it came down, and then it broke and closed past the first candle, right? So this is a 2 candle reversal. You're looking at 2 candles right there. The V3 is a 3 candle reversal. So in order for you to have that, you're looking at the one before it too. So you're looking at these two, and you would need this red candle to break and close past this low right here. So when you see something like that, that's like that's going to hit for sure. Well, I can't say for sure, but it's a strong move to the downside. It's like price pushes up, loses momentum, and it comes down very sharply. Similar to the V2, but even stronger. But yeah, I mean, I guess that's kind of where it's at. So let's see. See, it's 7:50 right now, guys. We're getting closer and closer to yeah, Sam said no more from Misha. I'm done. The move has happened. Yeah. And I agree with you 100%. So I think this is gonna be it for the day, guys. Let me go and just shut down my
Recording stopped.
okay, I'm shutting down my scalp laptop. I got 2 laptops here. If you guys are not familiar, I have 2 laptops, one for the breakout, one for the scalps. I got 2 separate Ninja traders, 2 separate, and I'm paying for so much trading stuff now because I have different computers. But if you guys saw, so in the past, I did a lot of these videos where I posted where we would do like team profits for the week. I'm changing it up a little bit. If you guys didn't see this video, if you guys like it, or if you guys have any input of like what I should do. So if you guys didn't see this video, I'm gonna do this like weekly now, where I'm gonna be recording basically my trades. And then so that you guys can see the actual trades happen versus, profits are like whatever, but I think when you guys see these like videos like this, it makes a little more sense that you guys can understand. This was a breakout we took last week. So I basically recorded it, the trade, and then I'll switch over to the Ninja so you guys can see the live profits. And my explanation and everything is kind of like tied into here. So I basically just cut clips from our live sessions and then I put them here on these videos. So if you guys haven't seen it, I think these videos are going to be more beneficial for you guys versus just showing off profits. I'll be showing the entries, showing you guys the profits, and then showing you guys the whole playthrough. So I'm just recording pretty much everything now on my laptops and on this was a trade from last week. So we took a breakout. I had my stop loss moving profit to the 50 points. You can see right there, price eventually does come back down and stop me out at the 50-point mark. Looks like volatility is starting to slow down a little bit. And pretty much like the trade of the week will be recapped and I'll be posting it on here. And that's pretty much how it'll be like on a weekly basis. If you guys have any input or if you guys want me to do things differently or if you guys think I should do things differently, just let me know. I'm not the best video editor, so I'll put out what I can. Yeah, another reminder. So Brian's asking, is the masterclass at 2 p.m. Pacific time? Yes. So today it's at 2 p.m. Pacific time. So it's about to be 8 o'clock, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. In about 6 hours, I'll be back here live. for day 5 of the mastery class. Again, for this mastery class, I will be covering module 8, risk management. We'll be looking at contract sizes for YM. It's going to be super simple, straightforward. I'll just tell you guys what, how to calculate and I'll show you how to do it on TradingView. You don't have to do it on here, but this will help you guys understand like the breakdown of like how much each point is worth for YM. Then we'll go down to module 9, which is trade psychology. It's going to be the main issues with traders. We'll go over to module 11, trading like a business. I'll kind of give you a brief rundown of like, we're going to a new year, so I want to show you guys how to trade like a business, like how to start an LLC, how to write stuff off, what programs to use, etc. I think because a lot of people have been asking me if I can set it up for them, I'll probably offer a service where I'll set up the business for you and I'll just give you guys a checklist of everything. If you guys are interested in that. So basically you can write off a lot of things, like you can write off any subscriptions that you have, your TradingView subscription, your NinjaTrader subscription, your data subscription, your Apex evals, your Tradeify accounts, whatever it may be, whatever cost comes into trading, basically write all that stuff off. And then you get into the more interesting things like writing off rent, writing off your apartment, writing off your car, stuff like that. I'll cover all that stuff during today's mentoring session. Just a basic gist of it. The thing with business is that you can there's a gray area. You can get creative with things. So we'll cover that. We'll cover module 8, module 9, module 11. And then we will also cover, I'll go over some examples of the momentum reversal, maybe variation V2, basically all these main strategies that you guys have an understanding. And by the time we come to tomorrow's live session, you guys will be able to follow these more efficiently. So all right, guys, I think that's it for the day. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I'll be back here in about 6 hours for the masterclass, and we'll finish up what we got going on. So, all right, guys, if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I will see you guys back here in a few hours for the masterclass. So otherwise, if you guys have any questions, reach out.